Noreen and welcome to my kitchen. A couple of weeks, well last week I guess, we did the chicken and pastry and I told you that I would show you how to make noodles similar to the pastry, and we're going to do that tonight. I'm going to show you how to make egg noodles. I got a lot going on in my kitchen. I've been canning chicken all day, so I've got 16 pints of chicken in my big canner right now. It's just coming up to pressure. I got 16 pints that came out of the canner that are resting on the kitchen counter table. I put a pot roast in the pressure cooker crock pot dealie earlier today, and I shredded it, and we're going to have beef and noodles for dinner. So we're going to get started on making the egg noodles, and this is how you do it.
Speed bump. Speed bump.
Pally, move, honey. Okay, I have 2 cups of all-purpose flour in my, I almost said pressure cooker. That's, I got pressure cooker on the brain today. In my food processor. Okay, and then we're going to put a little bit of salt, about a half a teaspoon, maybe not even that. You can leave out the salt if you choose, it's not a big deal. I also have a big pot of water getting ready to boil on the stove, about a half a teaspoon of cracked black pepper, and I'm going to put some parsley in mine because I like that. About a teaspoon of dried parsley, or thereabouts. You can't really screw this up, I mean really. Okay, now an egg noodle is just that, it's flour and egg. Okay, so these are farm fresh eggs. We're going to put 1 and 2. I have an extra egg out here just in case. Typically you use 1 egg per cup of flour. And we're going to put this on, we're going to pulse it. And then we're going to let it go.
Quiet
compared to the butterscotch chips that I threw in there. Could wake the dead.
Your latte thing.
Oh, the drink mixer. That's true. And I have a dough hook in my food processor. I'm going to go ahead and stir that down real quick. But you can see how it's starting to come together. At this point, you decide. I may put another egg in there. I just don't know yet. And I think I'm going to put another egg in there. There it goes, starting to ball up. You'll know when it's done when you see more yellow than white, and it's going to look very crumbly. You don't want to have too much flour going on in there. You want it to become fairly well incorporated. I'm going to go ahead and stir this down again. Now the reason that I have to stir it down is because I have the dough blade in here and not the slicing blade. But I want to incorporate all of that flour. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water. Let's see. It's a little bit dry for me. So I think I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water. Not much. I added about 2 tablespoons of water into the food processor, and that is looking really nice, actually. Yeah, see how it's starting to ball up? That's exactly what we want it to do. That's exactly where we want it. It's a little bit sticky. Now I'm going to have to add a little more flour. I should have not put any water in there, but I did. It's okay. Start with about 1/4 cup. Much better.
Exactly what it needed.
Much better. Pardon?
That's probably exactly what it needed.
What?
It's probably exactly what it needed. And you can get it ball first.
Oh,
and
yeah.
get more flour.
Probably so. All right, now I'm going to move all this junk out of the way. And I'm going to take away my mat. And I apologize if I seem a little disorganized tonight, but that's just how it's going to be. I wanted to show you this, and I'm going to show you this. Okay, so let's get our noodle dough. Now, if you have a pasta machine, like a little pasta roller and cutter dealie, feel free, use that. You can totally do that. Not a big deal. I'm just gonna make beef and noodles tonight. If I were gonna make a large amount of noodles, then I would totally get out my pasta machine, but I don't feel like I need to do that tonight. What I am gonna do is get out my rolling pin. I'm gonna flour it up a little. And actually what I think I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna cut this in half and work with half at a time. And my fellow Homestead Honey Hour honey, the Mrs. Volpe, she makes egg noodles, and she made sweet potato egg noodles about a year ago. You can go to her channel and look up that recipe. She actually put hers on the dehydrator and saved them for later, which I thought was most awesome. And you know, noodles, the thickness is entirely up to you. I think that when I have beef and noodles, I like the noodles to be a little bit on the thicker side. So I'm gonna stop right there. I think about 1/8 of an inch thick, or so. And excuse me, honey, I'm gonna get my pizza cutter out with my floury hand. And if you like things nice and straight, then you can even up this dough. But me, I'm just gonna cut them, and you know what? They're all going to the same place. That's what my nanny would say. So it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna stick this in my flour here. Hopefully that'll help stop that stickiness. And this is gonna make enough for a nice big pot of pasta, for real. Okay. Flour these really well. Oops, see, now this wants to stick, but you know what? It's okay. Don't worry. Just roll it in the flour and it's all gonna be fine. Now, at this point, you can either cook them or you can hang them off of a clothes hanger or off of a dowel, or if you have a laundry, like one of those indoor laundry hangers, you can simply hang the noodles right over that and let them dry. And then you can put them in a can or in a bag and you can save them for later. You can put these on your dehydrator and they'll dry nicely. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll out the rest of my dough, and then I'm gonna come back when it's time to cook them. I'll give you a look at my shredded beef that we're gonna have with the beef and noodles. And it is delicious. It's just a rump roast, I think is what it is. Okay, so we'll be back. Okay, our water's boiling and I've got all my noodles cut. And I went back on that first batch and I cut them smaller because I particularly like my noodles cut a little bit smaller. So, and you want to drop these. Oops. And some of them have stuck together. So I thought I floured them enough, but you know, no worries. You just pull them apart. Like I said before, they're all going to the same place, right? Oh, heaven. That's bad. See, you get to see all of my mistakes too, because I'll upload this anyway. Give these a stir every now and then. They really absorbed a lot of the flour that I had dusted them with, so if you just pick them up and shake them a little, they'll come apart. It's not really a big deal. And like I said before, you can roll these as thick or as thin as you like. Noodles are really a personal choice, just like lots of other things. So, and you don't have to put parsley in them if you don't want to. That's how my nanny always made her noodles and her spitzel, which I will show you how to make another day. I love spitzel, but spitzel is something we make in the fall when we do like pork schnitzel or, you know, breaded and fried pork tenderloin. I've done that before, and look at, that's like a little ball of noodle. And these take next to no time to cook, so, you know, don't leave them in the water too long, because they'll turn gross. You don't want to have gross noodles. These aren't going to look perfect, but they're going to taste really delicious. And then I have just a little bit more in here. You are going to want them to cook. Once they float to the top, they're pretty much finished. So, let me get out a colander. Just give these a quick stir. We're going to drain them. And we'll put a little bit of butter in that pot. Alright. I thought we would put a little bit of butter in the pot, but we're out of butter. So I'll just put some...
Really?
Well, there's butter in the freezer, but I don't feel like getting it out right now. We'll just put a little bit of oil in there. It'll all be fine. We're going to put beef gravy on these anyway, so. Back into the pot. Sorry. And give them a quick stir. And there you have quick little homemade egg noodles, which are going to be just delicious. And they're hot, so I'm going to let Rick taste it. These are going to be delicious with our beef and gravy. And that is how you make egg noodles.
Baby bird.
Baby bird, you want to taste it too? Yeah. Hot. It's hot. I told you. Okay, so that's how you make egg noodles. I hope you try these, and I hope you love them. Until next time, I'll see ya.